Okay, so now we're working on the last part, last number, page 7. So we're talking about a regular octagon has an area of 81 feet. Find the scale factor of this octagon. If the similar, so 81 square feet is the first area, the area of 625. Okay, so here's the deal. The scale factor is the ratio of length to length, LA length to length, LB. Okay. So if I do area, the area is going to have two length measurements in it that are multiplied together. So length A to length B will get into, that's what I'm going to get for the area ratio between the area of A to the area of B. So we know area of A is 81, and we know the area of B is equal to 625. And that's going to be equal to the length squared A over length squared B. So to get length of A over length of A, I'm going to take the square root of both sides. When you take the square root of a fraction, take the square root of the top over the square root of the bottom. So the square root of length squared is just length A over length B. So there's our situation where we have length A over length B, which is the scale factor, is 9 over 25. Okay, for the next one, find the volume of the sphere in exercise 35. Well, we'll get that in a minute here, I guess, because we'll have to go down and see exercise 35. So number 32, find the area. Oh, looks like we have to zoom in again. 65 degrees. So we don't want the whole circle. So we have 65 degrees. We have 65 degrees made a 8.1 centimeter arc. Okay, so I wonder what a 360 degree arc would make. So I just set that up and I say, okay, so 8.1 times, I'm cross multiplying, times 360, 65 total is equal to 2916. So divide by 65. So the total circumference, the total distance around is 44.86. Now to fit, that came from taking 2 times pi times r. So if I divide both sides by 2 and then divide by pi, I find out that the radius is equal to 7.13. Now if the radius is 7.13, then I have to take pi times 7.13 squared to get the area. So I'm going to square the 7.13. I'm going to multiply it by pi. And I've kept that on the calculator the whole time. 160.15 is 160.2 right there. Okay. Let's see. Slide a little bit more. It says find the diameter of B if the area of the shaded region is 32.07. Okay. So again, I'm going to use the thing. So if I have 75 degrees, I get a area of 32.07. I wonder what I would get if I took 360 degrees, what my total area would be then. So cross multiply again, 32.07 times 360, and then divided by 75. The total area would be 153.9 for the total area. That comes from taking pi times radius squared. So 153.9. So if I divide by pi, and then I take the square root, I get about 7 for the radius. So then the diameter is going to be 14 because they ask us for the diameter. So 14. All right, clear? All right, let's see. Quantitative comparison, what's going to be... All right, so for the cylinder, I want to find the lateral area. So the lateral area is going to be a rectangle with the circumference as its length and 8 for its height. So the circumference of this is 12 pi. So this is 96 pi. Oh, but I'm going to be comparing it to a decimal answer. So 96 pi is 301. So this is 301. The lateral area on this thing, since it's the slant height, we know that the triangle has a height of 15 and a base of 11. So if I take 11 times 15 divided by 2, that's the area of this one triangle, 82.5. But there's 4 of these triangles. So times 4 is 330. 330. Okay, surface area. So for this one, I just have to take my surface area. I got to add the base, so plus 121. So my total surface area is 451. 451. And then the surface area on the left-hand side, I have to take my 301 plus 36 pi for the top plus 36 pi for the bottom. So 36 pi times 2 plus 301. So that's got a 527. All right, and then the volume for this one, it's base area times height. So I got to draw in the height for that. So that right triangle has 5.5 for one leg, height for the other leg. So I know that h squared plus 5.5 squared is equal to 15 squared. So 15 squared minus 5.5 squared, and then take the square root, is 13.9. So the volume is going to be base area, so 121, times the height, 13.9, and then divided by 3 because it comes to a point. So the volume is 560 down there. And for the other one, for this one, it's just base area times thickness. So that's going to be 36 pi times 8. So 36 pi times 8 is 904. So 904. So now we can answer the questions here. Column B is greater here, so this is going to be B. Column A is greater here, and column A is greater here. So that's what it's going to look like. So clear the selection. Come on. All right. So now I'm going to slide down. So number 34, probability. So these look to be, find the probability, there's white, and then the shaded region, round to the nearest tenth. All shaded regions have a central angle equal to 15. So 15, 30, 45, 60, 75, 90, 105, 120. So we have 120 degrees out of the total 360. So that comes out to be 1/3. So the probability that it lands in the shaded region is 33.3%. Okay, we got to zoom in on this one so we can see what it looks like. 12 inches. So we have a radius equals to 12 inches. So the surface area of a cube is 4 pi r squared. So we end up here with 4 times 144 times pi. And 1809 right there. Okay, clear. And then we have to go back up and catch the other sphere question was up at the top when we did the volume. And the volume of a sphere is 4 pi r cubed over 3. So volume is equal to 4 times pi times, the radius was 12 cubed over 3. So 4 pi times 12 cubed divided by 3. 7238. So B. All right, now I'm going to slide back down. And I'm going to look at this one. Find the measure of angle ABD. Oh, finish on nice easy ones here. So we got 120 is the big angle. 30 is there, so that's left for 90 sitting there. There we go. ABD right there. Okay, AB bisects CAD. CAD is sitting there. It bisects it. That means it cuts it in half. So that tells me that 4x minus 2 has to be equal to 3x plus 6. So 1x equals 8. Value of x, 8. And there we go. Page 7 complete.